And I want to start by saying something important. I see you. I see the late nights you've spent perfecting your resume. I see the disappointment when another application disappears into the void. I see the self-doubt creeping in, making you question your worth and your qualifications. And I want you to know that every single feeling you're experiencing is valid and shared by millions of talented professionals just like you. The job market can feel impersonal and discouraging, but your career story deserves to be told in a way that captures attention and opens doors. That's exactly what Resume Flow does. We take your unique experiences, skills, and aspirations and craft them into a compelling narrative that employers can't ignore. You're not just looking for any job. You're looking for the right opportunity that recognizes your value and propels your career forward. With Resume Flow's AI-powered insights and optimization tools, we're going to make sure that opportunity finds you. Your breakthrough moment is closer than you think. Let's create it together.
Spartans! What is your profession?
I try to live what they let go, away to dreams they'll never know. But a drowning soul can't save the tide, and now I see I must step aside.
I fought till my hands turned to stone, carrying battles that weren't my own. They swore they'd stand but turned away, left me to bleed in the fray.
I held the line as long as I could, fought for the spark they misunderstood. They whispered dreams they never choose, said they were in but lived to lose. I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout.
I wanted to see your colors fly, but you clipped your wings and let them die. You craved the fall, not the fight to win, a war within that you let begin.
I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout. I saw the fire dim in their eyes, promises buried under their lies. They wore the crown of fleeting belief, but ran from the throne when it brought grief. Oh,
I tried to carry your weight on my back, but your shadow was a heavy attack. You disappeared when the fire burned high, left me screaming at an empty sky.
I wanted the victory more than they, but you can't chase stars for those who stray. So I lay down the sword and walk away. The battle's lost, they chose decay. I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout. Oh, they vanished like shadows in the light, fading away when it's time to fight. I reach my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.
Oh, they vanish like shadows in the light, fading away when it's time to fight. I reached my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.
Welcome. How is everyone doing? All right, there we go. How is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully, everyone is doing absolutely phenomenal. I am doing great. I am Tickle Trout. We are engineered to win. It's Tuesday, October 7th. Can you believe that already? Can you believe we are already in October? It was like just yesterday, it was January 1st, 2025, and we were so ambitious, all the things that we wanted to accomplish. And then who knows what happened after that. However, if you are a regular here, then I know that you are steadily inching closer and closer towards your goal. That is what we do here day in and day out. We have a great show lined up tonight. We're going to be talking about Oracle. I saw two stories on Oracle today. One talking about Nvidia, another one mentioning possibly the TikTok deal. I heard, I haven't confirmed this myself yet because I'm going to review it with you, but I heard that Oracle stocks took a tumble today. A tumble, a stumble, whatever. We shall see what's going on with Oracle. We're going to be talking about OpenAI and how much do people actually talk to OpenAI about relationships? Yes, about relationships. It's funny because there's so much relationship talk on YouTube that now we're like, or YouTube, TikTok, X, all Facebook, and now it's like we just can't get enough of it. So we are gonna take it over to Chat GPT as well. And then the most important thing that we're gonna be doing tonight is we are going to be looking to deploy our time cost calculator with the fixes that we did from last week to Apple, to Google. And I need to check in on Google as well because there's something that they told me that I need to do before November 1st, I believe. So I want to check in on that to see if that's a quick fix or if that's something that we're going to have to table till next week. But if we have to table this next week, maybe we shouldn't deploy to Google, but we can deploy to Apple. I don't know yet. We shall see. The night is young, but not too young because I do have a call tonight at 10 p.m., a coaching call at 10 p.m. So we have to make sure that we get out of here before that. All right. So that is everything. All right. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping before we get into the actual show. First and foremost, I just want to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel from wherever you are watching. We are only streaming to YouTube and Arena tonight because I am monitoring the internet connection. So I am focusing on where I'm getting the most traffic from. So I'm pushing tonight to YouTube and to Arena. So we shall see how that goes. But I want to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who have been with me for a very long time, and those who are brand new to the channel. We are always growing so rapidly. So I just want to say thank you so much for that. And whether you watch, whether you're very active in the chats or in the comments, or whether you watch from the clouds, you are lurking, whatever it is, I just want to let you know that I truly appreciate you for allowing me to add just a little bit of value into your lives for me to hopefully brighten up your day just a little bit more. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Shout out to all of the tech barbarians, my technical explorers, everyone. Shout out to you guys, all the Patreon members who allow me to add additional value with our Scrum nights, with our Patreon, not with the Vibe Code and Chill that we do every other Saturday. It is so much fun. And the Vibe Code and Chill, the live, it's for free. So anybody can join as long as you have a free membership in the Patreon. And then I upload it. I have to upload a clip tomorrow for what we did this past week, and then I'm gonna upload the whole episode, I guess I call it, the whole session on Saturday for your consumption, and we'll go from there. But shout out to all of you. You guys are the absolute best because we don't stop working. We love to win.
Be the best.
All right. And last but certainly not least, shout out to my tech mercenaries. Those are the YouTube channel members who allow me to show up here day in and day out, adding so much value across the world. We have people who are watching across the globe in Tokyo, in Russia, in Ukraine, in India, wherever that YouTube is available. We are over there. We have watchers from over there. So shout out to you. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. So quick announcements. Tomorrow, we are premiering software explorations, concept and overviews. We are going to be exploring Google Google Gemini CLI. The Google Gemini CLI. We used it a little bit a couple of weeks ago. We were like on a live stream. We're trying to figure out Spec Kit, but I did a semi deep dive. We're probably gonna have a follow-up session to figure out more about getting started. But we did it. We went through the introductions, what it is. Didn't want to make the video too long, so we're gonna be premiering that tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Looking forward to seeing you there. And then Thursday, we're gonna be going live again. We are going to be possibly working on I think I'm going to be adding a new feature. I'm thinking about adding a waitlist feature because my guy Junior and I got another comment who encouraged me to make it available to everyone instead of just the people that I'm working with one-on-one. So I'm going to see if I can implement a waitlist feature on Thursday night after I come from practice for pre-T-ball, right? We also had our first pre T-ball game this past Saturday, and my kid was he had a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun. He doesn't like to he's like Allen Iverson, right? He does not believe in practice, but game time he wants to play. He was hitting the ball. He was running after the ball, trying to catch it, trying to run to first base. Not entirely sure what he was doing, but he had a great time. It's tough to get him to practice, so we have to work that's a stepping stone we have to work on. But when it's game time, he's ready. So hopefully we can shake that Allen Iverson spirit out of him, but we shall see. We shall see. All right. But that's what we have upcoming for our next couple of shows. And I am trying to, you know what? We have to do it. I'm not sure which day though. It's probably gonna have to be Thursday or Friday, maybe Friday, because I have, and I'll show it to you. I have on my my coaching portal weekly navigator to do that we need to test out a morning live stream with the vertical view. So I'm hoping to be able to do that sometime this week. Not hoping. We're gonna get it done. If it's not Thursday, then it's gonna be Friday because we have no choice. All right. If I build it, I have to adhere to the rules that I set for myself, because if I don't, then how can I expect you to? All right. So, but we'll take a quick review of that. But that's about it. Let me check the chat. And then we are going to get into a little icebreaker, and then we're going to look at the coaching portal to show some enhancements that I made, and then we will get to work. All right. So, do we get to work? Actually, no. I'll show the enhancements. We'll review our first article, so that way I can try to get all the articles in there. Yeah, I'll try to get all the articles in there, and then we'll get to work to our first segment of trying to deploy. Right. So with that being said, let me check the chat. See who we have in the building tonight. We have my guy, as always, Junior in the building. Says, "What's up? What's up, family?" Shout out to my guy Junior, always here. And sometimes you're just waiting for me. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." You know how we are. You know how we are, Junior. We got C Marshall in the building. Says, "What up, good people?" Shout out to you, C Marshall. How is everything going? I would love to hear from you. We've had some discussions in the past, and I would love to hear how is everything going with you. We got my guy Magnetar with the Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Shout out to my guy Magnetar. Government, we up? What? You say what? I'm just a little. It's just a little jokey joke, Magnetar. Just a little jokey joke. All right. Let me see. Junior says practice. Y'all talking about practice? I'm the franchise player. You talking about practice? You know what, Junior? Funny enough. You know what? I'm gonna find it. Funny enough, that was actually one of my very, very first shorts on YouTube. That was one of my very, very first shorts. I'm gonna find it. You know what? We're gonna watch it together. Let me see if I can fix this thing. Hold on a second. Oh, that's not good. That's all tilted. All right, we'll leave it like that. All right, so I'm gonna find. You know what? We're gonna find it. We're gonna look at this OpenAI video as our icebreaker, and then we will watch the video, check the coaching portal, and then we're gonna get to work. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it like this. Let me drop this down. And we're gonna go to boom. All right, so let's go ahead and let me pull up this OpenAI video if I can. Let me see. Let's go to here and let me see if this is gonna work. It's been kind of iffy. Okay, this pops up. All right, let me edit this one. Edit that. Edit that. All right, let's see. Hopefully this works. This has been acting kind of iffy the past couple of weeks. All right, so OpenAI, they have released agent mode, and that video is not OpenAI, that is a CNBC video. But let's see what is going on, right? So let's take a let's watch this together to see what exactly is this agent mode or this agent builder that OpenAI speaks of, and then we'll go from there, right?
Hey everyone, this is Christina from OpenAI. Welcome to Agent Builder 101. Agent Builder is a new visual tool for building AI workflows. You connect nodes and create agents without writing any code. So you can start from templates or build your own from scratch. And it also comes with built-in evals, so you can test and understand how your agents perform. When you're ready, you can export the workflow as code or drop it straight into your product. Basically, it's your all-in-one space to design, test, and launch AI agents visually and fast. So today, we're going to show you how to build your first agentic workflow, a helpful travel agent that will help you either build an itinerary or look up flight information. So we're starting here in the OpenAI platform. Every workflow starts with a start node where you can set input variables or state variables. And today, for the travel agent, the defaults are great. Next, I'll connect a classifier agent. I'm going to be building a specialized...
You know what's happening here? Do you want, I'll tell you right now what's happening. OpenAI is making their own version of N8N. They are making their own version of N8N of NodeMation. So now you can use your own agent builder, or you can use N8N and still use the OpenAI API keys. And this is interesting.
Itinerary agent in addition to a specialized flight agent. And so I want to first determine which agent I should route to. So I'll call this classifier. So you are a helpful travel assistant for classifying whether a message is about an itinerary or a flight. And here I'll specify the output format as JSON, and I'll add a property called classification, which will have two options, either flight info or itinerary. Great. Next, I'll add in an if-else node to branch based off of the classification. So if put parsed.classification is flight info, then we want to branch to the flight agent, and otherwise we want to branch into the itinerary agent. So from the flight agent, we'll create a new node, and we'll call this flight agent. You are a travel assistant. Always recommend a specific flight to go to. Use airport codes. And here I'll also give it access to web search so that I can have the most up-to-date information about flights. Great. For the itinerary agent, I'll build an itinerary agent with a new agent node. You are a travel assistant, so build a concise.
I'm going to fast forward to where it's actually working, because I don't need to see her build the entire workflow. It's a typical workflow builder, like the same way that we've done with N8N. But I'm curious to see it actually working on OpenAI to see what they have going on.
That we just pulled, preview it, everything looks great. Details about the flight. So I can just instead of just plain text. And so I can do that by going and building a widget in our widget studio. Here I've actually already designed a widget for showing flight information to go from one location to the next with all the details about the flight. So I can just click download to download this entire template and then bring that directly to the agent that we just created. Here I'll add it in as the widget output format. I'll upload this flight widget that we just pulled, preview it, everything looks great. And I actually want this to be a bit more customized. And so I will tell it to choose a background color creatively based on the destination. And I'll also ask it to include time zones, AM or PM. Great, let's test it out. SFO to Tokyo on October 7th. So here again, we see it moving through the classifier agent, determining whether I'm asking about a flight or an itinerary, deciding that I'm asking about a flight agent, or deciding that I'm asking about a flight, searching the web, finding a flight for me, and then showing it to me in this rich interactive way. In this case, it's decided that yellow is the color of Tokyo, and so showed that as the background color. Great, so I've now built an agent that I'm happy with, and I can publish it directly. Let's call it travel agent here. And I now have a fully deployed agent that is ready to go. I can either use the agent's SDK, and here you can see that this is quite a bit of code for me to manage myself, or I can simply take this workflow ID and put it in my product directly using ChatKit. So that's all. Hope that was helpful, and please leave any feedback in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to OpenAI Devs for more product updates. Thank you.
So that's interesting. That is interesting. I see some, I see like off the top of my head, I see some pros and some cons towards some other tools. I guess I would have to, we're definitely going to try it out. We're definitely going to try it out. But I do want to take a quick look at their documentation before we, let me see, let's take a quick look at, let me fix something real quick. Let's see here. Okay. All right, cool. Let's do that. Oops. Give me a second. All right, there we go. So this is the documentation, like, or this is the documentation. This is what they have on the website, right? Agent builder. Let me zoom in some more. Can I close this? No. Agent builder visually assemble, debug, and export multi-step agent workflows from the playground. Agent builder is a visual canvas for building multi-step agent workflows. You can start from templates, drag and drop nodes for each in your workflow, provided typed inputs and outputs, and preview runs using live data. When you're ready to deploy, embed the workflow in your chat kit with your chat kit, or download the SDK code to run it yourself. Build. There are three main steps to building agents to handle tasks: design a workflow in Agent Builder, publish your workflow, and deploy your workflow. Pass ID into your chat kit integration, or download the agent's SDK to deploy to the workflow yourself. Compose with nodes. We're gonna have to try it out and come up with a use case. Maybe we'll do that on, maybe we'll see if we can try that out on Thursday or on Sunday. But I haven't used ChatKit yet either, right? So maybe we have to do some investigation on ChatKit. But I'm not entirely sure. I could see like integrating directly with OpenAI. That would make sense. But when I'm thinking about other tools, how you're not restricted to only OpenAI. So for example, when we've used N8N, we've been able to plug into the Runware APIs. We've been able to use Google Gemini, to use Perplexity. But this might be I guess it depends on the use case, right? So what we'll do, maybe on Sunday, we will research a particular use case on how we could use ChatKit and how we could use this agent builder, because agents are typically used, like, let's say I've given this example. I'll give you another example, right? I was watching a video and they were talking about a pressure washing business, and they called a pressure washing company, and the person didn't answer. So, and it's a good thing that you might be super busy that you don't answer, but it's also, you're also losing out on customers. So you could build there we go. That's what we'll do. We will try to build an agent where we are answering phone calls after 2 rings, and it will be able to have a conversation and take that's the goal. That's the goal. But we'll figure it out. But I want to see if we can use if we can use the agent builder to be able to be a receptionist to answer calls, take messages, and we'll think about the workflow and we'll build it out. But we'll see if we can use agent builder to do that. I'm not entirely sure. That's going to be our exploration. That would be so cool to do on Thursday. You know what? We might have to do it on Thursday because that sounds really, really cool. We'll see. We shall see when the day comes. But I'll keep you guys posted. I will keep you posted. All right. So I'm gonna check the chat and then we will watch that video that I mentioned, and then we'll get to our first story, and then we'll get to work. Right. So actually no, we're gonna check the chat. We're gonna review that video. We're gonna take a look at that video, that practice video that I made a long time ago, and then we shall take a look at the coaching dashboard, and then we'll review our first story, right? So, let's see. Magnetar, correct. You know, I'm gonna make this a little small. I'm gonna just go back to how this used to be back in the days. Let's go like that. Let's go to this side. Yeah, that's much better. Magnetar says, not a game, practice? That's how it was. And Junior says, I can tell she's not an AI lady. Definitely not. And C. Marshall says, doesn't AWS have a feature similar to this OpenAI? So AWS, from what I know, as of last I checked, they don't have their own. Well, they might have an agent builder, but they don't have their own AI model last time I checked. But they do have like you know what? Let's just see. Let me just see. AWS agent builder. Let's see what they have. So AI agent. So they have Bedrock. AWS provides various tools and services to assist in building and deploying agents, particularly AI agents. The primary service for building and orchestrating AI agents is Amazon Bedrock agents. So they have Amazon Bedrock. Let me see. So Amazon Bedrock agents, this service enables you to build and deploy AI agents that can interact with users, access company systems, and leverage knowledge. Conventional builder, a chat interface with the Amazon Bedrock agents. So what I would think with this, right, is that AWS has a whole bunch of AI generation tools, but I don't think they have their own AI model. So when I think of like Gemini, OpenAI or Google OpenAI, Anthropic, when they're building out their own tools like this, their agent builders, is to try to keep people within their ecosystem and not have people go outside of it, right? So and with Amazon Bedrock, you can have access to a bunch of different AI models the same way, but you're going like you're plugging a bunch of things together, right? You're kind of creating like maybe like a Frankenstein agent. So that's probably why these companies are like trying to keep everything in house. But then when you have tools like Bedrock, when you have tools like what do you call it, like N8N, like Nodemation, you can build different type of agents where you're using a bunch of different API keys and stuff like that. All right. So yep, you're definitely right with that, C. Marshall. Let me see. Junior says, would this be better than Nodemation? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it depends on the use case, of course. So I'm not entirely sure if it would be better or not better in that case, right? But we're gonna find out. We are definitely gonna find out in the coming days and weeks. Let me see. We got my guy, me, Mysify, in the building. Says, good evening to everyone. Hope all is well. Shout out to you. And I saw you released a video the other day, and I was so happy to see that. Welcome back. Let's see. All right. So let me go find this video. I'm gonna find this video real quick. All right. I'm telling you, Junior be calling me out. All right, let me see. Where would this be? It would be my channel. All right, let's go to my channel. And we are gonna go to, I guess it's gonna be a short, or maybe it's not. Let's go to oldest. Oh yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Oh, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? All right, all right. So, oh, hopefully I don't get in trouble for the song. All right. Let's take a chance. Let's take a chance. All right. Let me go over to here. And so this was my very first short. All right. Let's go to Coach, how do I get better at basketball? You gotta practice. Coach, how do I get better at jiu-jitsu? You gotta practice. Coach, how do I get better at coding? You gotta practice. You gotta put in the work. Yeah, we're talking about practice. That was my very first short on YouTube. All right. Practice. We've been talking about practice for over 2 years now. It is what it is. You gotta put in the work. Let's go. All right. All right. Next up, coaching portal enhancements. So I've been tinkering around, adding some new features, but also fixing up the UI and stuff like that. So if you have not seen this yet, if you haven't seen this yet, oh, that looks interesting. If you haven't seen this yet, this is the coaching portal that I am putting together in order to self-motivate, build, encourage, all that good stuff, right? I use this for those that I'm working with one-on-one, and I also, per Junior's request and somebody else, I'm gonna make it available for everyone else as well to sign up for it and use it. So oh my God, I'm so conflicted. I'm so conflicted. All right, I think we're gonna do the agent builder on Sunday. We're going to implement the wait lists on Thursday so that we can start collecting information, people who want to be on the wait list, and then I can start making a way to start sending it out to people with a code to sign up for it and try it out. That's going to be the feature that we're going to implement, right? So the feature is going to be have a wait list, and then I also want to be able to generate a code for a particular user based on their email address. So when they're signing up with their email address, they also enter the code, similar to how Amazon Kiro did it, right? That's gonna be what we're gonna do. All right. So we shall see how that works out. And then Sunday, then we will do the OpenAI agent builder, and we'll just have a ball. All right. But these are the features. So what I did, so over here, let's start off with this. So this is what I said, the test the morning vertical live stream, see how it goes. I want to do that either Thursday or Friday. I'm leaning right now in my mind, it's leaning towards Friday, but we shall see. But we have so this is our weekly keystone goal. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but it's based on answering a certain set of questions, setting a keystone goal for the week, something that you really want to accomplish. So we have that. But something that I did today, right? And I'm doing pretty good today. I'm going to give myself a round of applause, right? But we have this today, this momentum. This is supposed to be, hold on, let me refresh this. This is supposed to be a, there we go. All right. So there we go. I know I made some change, right? So now when you click on this little light bulb, it tells you what exactly how the momentum builder works. And then we have some fixed point goals that I just added today because I can't use the time base because look, I am going to pay myself. I will pay myself. All right. So when I get done with this live stream, I'm going to check off the box that I completed the live stream. But if I had it the way that it was originally, where it's time-based, so like the earlier you get things done, the more points that it's worth, I would not get my full points for this. So I'm paying myself 100 points for live streaming tonight. You got to pay yourself, right? And as I accumulate my points, so now I'm checking things off. As I accumulate my points, my rewards are going to be here. And once I get to my 3,000 points, that means that I am going to, I'm going to go and take myself to a Brazilian steakhouse to celebrate my victories. We have the reward vault over here where it's supposed, it uses, hold on. Am I in the right account? Because it's supposed to say somewhere what my reward is, but whatever. We shall figure that out later. But we have that. I also moved some things around. So it used to say, I don't know what happened to it. Hold on. Am I in the right spot? We have the goals, and then as part, I changed the navigation a little bit down over here. We have the health. Where it has a we have the your weight loss goals that you're going through, where you can log your goals. It shows you your trends, your ups and downs, your entries, and then what I added yesterday as well is a fasting calculator for those who are into fasting, right? So what I did started on Sunday night, right? We are doing a 72-hour fast, right? Which it's actually going to end like on the 9th, because tomorrow after jujitsu, I'm just going to come home and go to sleep. But I added a fasting tracker to this, right? And when you go to start when you start it, you can say what type of fast you're doing. If you're doing a regular 16/8 fast, if you're going to do a 20 hour fast and 4-hour eating window, it's called the warrior fast. If you're going to do a whole 24-hour fast, if you're going to do a 36-hour fast, or you can do a 48 or a 72, or you can say, you know what, I'm just going to fast until I don't want to fast anymore, right? Whatever you want to do. But we have this counter that's telling you how many times, like it's telling you how many hours you fasted, or minutes or seconds, and how much time you have remaining, and then your goal, and it has a little bit of motivational speak over here. We hit the 24-hour milestone. We're almost at the 48-hour milestone, right? And then it has like the nutrition. I showed you guys the other day where you can upload a picture of what you ate. I didn't eat it. So I'm going to add something here that says, like, if you're fasting, I'm going to like make this not available to click, and like some type of thing to like, no, don't do it, don't eat, continue your fast. You cannot add something. What you're gonna have to end your fast in order to add something, because we have to keep ourselves accountable.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That's not the one I wanted. This one. I wanted this one.
Ain't believing us.
That's the one that I wanted, right? And so I added this for the exercise too, right? Where you can, because look, I don't like to do all this math, right? I don't like to like try to figure out how much protein, how much carbs, how much fat. I don't want to say like, oh, I did this. So what I did was, we're gonna do an AI log, right? And I said you can record it with your voice, or you can type in what you did. So we're gonna try to type it in. We're gonna try to record it, right? So what did I do today? So let's say this, right? So we're gonna do. I did my mobility stretches for 30 minutes this morning, and I did 20 kettlebell swings, and I went to the sauna for 90 minutes today. Let's see what happens. Anything? No? What? Nothing. All right, there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I did my mobility stretches for 30 minutes this morning, and I did 20 kettlebell swings, and I went to the sauna for 90 minutes. Let's see what. All right, let's take out. I didn't think you were gonna get it. All right, let's take out. Let's see what happens. All right, come on. All right, and analyze. Boom, 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 boom. So mobility stretches. You see, it only added the one though. So I'll probably have to do this like one by one. And this was that. Oh crap. So there's an issue here. Let me write that down. Oh, okay, I know why. So we had fixed this the other day. All right, so let me write that down. Look at that. Finding bugs. We gotta build in public, right? We gotta build in public. So when changing the date on the AI exercise log, we are getting an error. All right. Should be easy enough to fix. I had that issue somewhere else recently, so that's not a big deal to fix. But I logged the error, so let's go ahead and do it again. I'll just do it manual this time because we had got that, and we'll say moves. What is it called? Movement. Let's say 30. I don't think it's really 100 calories, but I'll put it anyways. And then we shall say, we're going to try it again, right? Let's say 20 kettlebell swings. Let's get that in there. Analyze. Let's add that. And then we're going to do a 90-minute sauna session. It was actually one 30-minute session and then another 60-minute session, but we'll just throw 90 in there. All right, let's go with that. All right, boom. Look at that. We have everything in there and we're good to go. We are good to go. So we're using AI to be able to estimate. It's all an estimate at the end of the day, right? And for those who haven't seen it, I just love this feature so much. I'm just going to I added a drag and drop feature for the food too, right? So if I go to, let me see if I can find my food pictures. Let's go to, this is another feature that I added recently. That's over here. Thumbnails. All right, there we go. So we will just go and boom, look at that. Drag the picture and look at that steak. And it's going to tell you sliced steak with garlic butter. Analyzed, boom, add entry. I'm going to delete it because we did not eat today. Right? We are fasting. Like once I implement the feature, we would not be able to add that. But I will take you over to the, I have to add that to this. But I need to add accessing the, so I'll show you this last feature that I want to show you. So I need to add this to the menu too to get to it quickly. The timeline. Yeah, I don't have it in there. So I'm going to add that probably tonight or tomorrow. But in the timeline, it has all the stuff that we did today. You can go here and we get everything that we did today. So you can have a visual representation of all of your accomplishments. And if we go to here, boom, look at that. It can show you what you, and I want to have it to be like, if there's a picture associated with it, I want it to be like the background. So, look at that. It shows it right here actually, but it would be nice if it can be like the whole background of that little cell, which is really, really cool. So those are some of the features that we're implementing. And I'm going to, like I said, Thursday, I want to set up a, they can join the wait list, and probably the people who join the wait list early, I'll probably, give it to them on the house. Probably. No guarantees. All right. All right. So that's about it. That is about it. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about it? Any feature ideas you think would be really, really cool? I think I'm adding a little bit too many features right now. So I probably need to slow down the features and start creating a backlog. I think we're probably going to run with these features, and I'll probably enhance some of them as we go along. All that good stuff. All of that good stuff. All right. All right. So let's see what we got going on. All right. Let's go to the chat, and then we're going to get to our first story, work, second story, work, third story, finish off working. All right. Let me see what the chat has to say. Let's see. Got my guy, Mystify says, thanks. I'm going to try to drop more. We are looking forward to it. Let's see. Junior finds my very, very first YouTube short extremely hilarious. He says, I do a 16-hour fast every day mostly. Yeah, me too. I mostly do like when I have to be like really, really exhausted to eat earlier than that, because I'm not really a morning person, right? Or a morning eater. So I'm more of a like honestly, I could go the whole day, most cases, and not eat anything, and then eat after I'm done with everything. I just like to get everything out of the way and then enjoy. But also it's not the best to eat late at night. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Magnus says almost at 3K subs. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Magnetar.
Freaking awesome!
Thank you so much. Junior says your new thumbnails on shorts look good. Way what? Junior. All right.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Are you saying those thumbnails of just my random expression were not great thumbnails? I'm offended.
Bruh.
I'm offended, Junior. I am offended. Says when someone tries to add food on a fast, instead of error popping up, you say, oh, I like that. I like that a lot. You know what? We're gonna do that. I'm gonna let me write that down. That is an awesome feature. Let me put that. When someone and it should have the GIF. It should have the GIF. Right? Okay, the GIF might be pushing it, but that would be so super cool. You try to add it like, bruh. And someone tries to add food during fasting, it should say bruh. That'll be oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. This is the text was which text are you referring to? Which text are you referring to, Junior? I'm not entirely sure which one you're referring to. Do you mean on the like what you saw when I was sharing the screen, or what was too small? I can whatever it is, I can make it bigger. So you can see it better. But let me know. All right. Let me see. All right, cool. So we're gonna jump into our very first story of the night. All right. So we're gonna go to Oracle. What is going on with Oracle and their stock? Right. So I woke up this morning and I saw a headline about Oracle tumbling, and I was like, what? Didn't Oracle just have one of the best weeks last week or the week before? They were all up in OpenAI, and they were all up in you remember how Suge Knight said, right? If you don't want a producer being all up in your video, dancing in the background, saying take that, being drenched in baby oil. What? Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. But that's what Suge Knight said, all right? And then so I read this article, and you know, we heard so much about Oracle. They're all involved in OpenAI and data centers and TikTok, and their stock kind of went up. And I read this article that says Oracle tumbles. What do you mean that Oracle tumbles? So I said, you know what? We are gonna have to investigate this together. Let's put our detective hats on. And let's get to it. So this says that, and this article is brought to us by Sherwood. I never used it before, right? But something about Oracle tumbles after report that it's lost nearly 100 million from renting out access to Nvidia's Blackwell servers. What?
I'm in a bind, Nate.
So it says you buy Nvidia's flagship chips because they're supposed to be the best in class, empowering you to build better AI capabilities or make lots of money off other companies that want to harness the power of the AI boom. Not quite. For this report from The Information, whose final paragraph begins with this line: in the 3 months that ended in August, Oracle lost nearly $100 million from rentals of Nvidia's Blackwell chips, which arrived this year. The report notes that some of this is a timing issue, a gap between getting data centers equipped for use and when customers start paying for services. Oracle, which was roughly flat, quickly fell more than 5% as traders digested this report. Shares of Nvidia, which were up nearly 2% at their highs of the day, turned negative.
Bruh.
Look, me personally, I don't really care about Oracle, but when I hear that Nvidia turns negative, my heart just sinks. I'm like, oh. Then I'm like, oh, I should go buy some more. Same way I feel with Tesla. All right. I'm just saying. All right. It says, citing internal documents, the information says that Oracle's fast-growing cloud business has had razor-thin gross profit margins in the last year or so, booking a gross profit of $125 million on rentals of servers that utilize Nvidia chips for the 3 months ending in August for a gross margin of just under 14%. The damage in market is far from localized, however, in a reversal of how OpenAI's deal with AMD bioed or bioed, I don't know, bioed the AI trade on Monday, this news is sparking a broad-based retreat. Nvidia's top AI chip rival, Broadcom, I didn't know that. Broadcom went from flat to down 2% with memory chip specialist Micron and foundry giant TSMC, okay, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturer chip? I forgot what the M stands for. Also well in the red, neocloud companies Nebus and CoreWeave, disk driver sellers, Western Digital. I have Western Digital. I've had a bunch of the Western Digitals, and Seagate. I've had Seagate as well. Seagate Technology Holdings and zero revenue nuclear energy firm Oklo. I thought zero revenue was like an energy. When I read nuclear energy firm, I don't know. Is it sad that anytime I see the word energy, I'm thinking about energy drinks? Hello, my name is Teco Trout, and I have a problem. Are among the other stocks selling off on the news, right? So that was that story. But then I saw another story from Yahoo Finance, talking about Bloomberg. So what is this thing about Bloomberg, right? So basically, so what is this thing about Oracle? Oracle sinks on reports its cloud margins are lower than expected. Sounds like the same thing, right? Roles of Oracle and possible TikTok. All right, so that's not all right. So it says, let's see. All right, so Oracle Corp shares tumbled after a report that the software maker's profit margins is in its cloud computing business is lower than many on Wall Street have been estimating. While Oracle generated roughly $900 million in revenue from rentals of servers powered by Nvidia Corp's chips during the 3 months ended in August, the company only managed about $125 million in gross profit.
Bruh.
You see, but here's the thing, right? While gross profit, while that's a little bit of money for Nvidia and for Oracle, for me, I'm like, if I made $125 in gross profit, I'm celebrating. All right, I'm just saying. All right. The information reported citing internal. All right, we read that part. Oracle shares fell as much as 7.1% on Tuesday before powering much of the decline, while Nvidia dipped as low as 0.6%. All right, so in some cases, Oracle was losing considerable amounts of money on its rentals of smaller quantities of Nvidia chips, including both the new and old graphic processors units. According to the report, a spokesperson for Oracle declined to comment. All right. And I think, let me see what's going on. What's going on here? Oh boy. Uh-oh. Hopefully we get back. Let me see what's going on. Give me a second. Looks like the internet is playing games with us tonight. We're doing so well. We're doing so well. I don't know what's going on. All right, we're good. Ooh, that was close. I was worried. I was worried. Looks like we're good. Hopefully that stays. Hopefully it stays that way. All right. All right. So Oracle shares have jumped about 70%, around 70% this year, as soaring demand for artificial intelligence computing has boosted the company's revenue growth. Last month, Oracle predicted that the revenue in its cloud computing business will jump 700% in the next 3 fiscal years, setting the stock up 36% on September 10th. All right, but that's the story. That is the story for Oracle. You win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. But it seems like, look, Oracle's one of those big companies, right? That will they have trouble?